Investing is how you build wealth, and yes, even you can build wealth with this, and it doesn't have to be hard. You've just never been taught the correct information, so let me break it down for you in a way that's easier to understand. When you think of investing, you're probably thinking to put money into individual stocks like Amazon, Google, Apple, etc., but you don't know what to invest in. These are individual stocks, meaning that if you went and bought some Amazon stock, that means you are buying essentially a piece of that company. There are something called index funds, such as the S&P 500, which is a basket of big company stocks. So instead of putting all your eggs in one basket, putting all your money in Amazon or Google or Apple, you can invest in something like S&P 500, which essentially gives you a piece of all of those biggest 500 companies. This allows you to be more diversified rather than putting all your eggs in one basket, and then these things kind of rebalance themselves. So for instance, if one of the companies completely goes away, starts failing, it can get replaced by something else inside that index fund. Using S&P 500 as an example, it has an average return of 10%. That means for every $1,000, you're going to get $100 in return on average. Now, the real magic happens because of compound interest, and here's how that works. So this black line represents your money that you put into the stock market, and we're just assuming that you just put a little bit and you haven't increased your contribution. Now, your money is going to sit in the market and make simple interest. That means that is the money that your money has made over time. But that interest also starts to make interest, which is called compound interest. And that is where the magic happens and why you can contribute a little bit and earn a lot over a long period of time. This is how you retire as a millionaire. So the longer that you let your money sit in the market, the more and more interest compounds over time, and that is how it grows into this huge snowball. To show you a real example of this, if you inherited $20,000 at 25 years old and you threw it all into something like the S&P 500 and you let it sit there for the next 40 years until retirement, it could turn into something like $1.3 million. That is the power of compound interest. Even if you never contributed another dollar here, it would turn into this over time. The earlier you start investing, the more time your money has to grow. That's why it's really important that you learn how to budget in a way that actually works right now and that you can stick to so that you can tell your money where to go. That way you can save money because you do need a safety net, and then you can pay off your high interest debt. That way you have a lot of money to throw into the market. This is how you create wealth, not only for yourself, but you can build generational wealth doing this. If you want to learn the steps to start taking so you can learn to do these things and start getting into the market, go to the link at the top of my page and go to this free training right here. I will give you the action steps you can take to start making progress today. You got this, friend.